What is going on, guys? This is Brothers All Gaming with my review of Gatchaman Crowds Episode 9. And this episode starts off with, well, it kind of starts off with the last part of the last episode with Ryu going to the park, and that little girl tells him about her father, about how he's been in the hospital for like a few days now, because he's like part of the crowds, and we all know they were taken out. Now that right there, I'm pretty sure it like really got to him. But luckily, he kept like a positive attitude about it, and he told her that that girl father wasn't gonna die, and that would have like a really good thing to do. So now after that, Hajime, she actually goes there and she sees him because she did tell him, to come there so they could talk and help each other out, and that would have was a real good thing. And then we see Ryu like covered in scars and scratches because of what Berg did to him. But Utsu-tsu, she actually goes in there and she heals him, which is great because he was just like way too beat up to like move like that. And I am glad that those two are like finally. Well, I'm glad that Ryu and the Gatchaman are like actually working together, because this right here is how it should have been from the start. Them working together to bring down Berg or Cat. I believe that I'm gonna start calling him Cat. Just because like nobody called him Berg in the anime, at least so far from what I've seen, because every time they always called him Cat. And so once Ryu is all fine and dandy, he actually I believe they were all in Utsu-tsu. No, they were all in Hajime, in Hajime's room, because they were trying to see what they can do next. But when Ryu had to join, Galax again, he was just seeing this thread or forum that was going on about him, and even Hajime had one going about her. But they did make a good point. If they didn't like it, they could just turn it off, which is what they did. So now everything is good. But I gotta say, I don't know why Hajime gave out Paiman's number rather than her own. Because at this point, she's like the poster child of a Gatchaman. But I get that like Paiman's the leader, but there's no way that he can deal with all these people. So I do think that like Hajime should took that role onto herself. But then we have I'm not sure what his name was, but it was that guy that Kat had talked to in the last episode, and that he tricked. So now, Cats has given the power of the crowds to over 29,000 members, and they can all use the power to do what they want. But that guy that he's tricking, he's gonna be their leader, or at least he's like taking that role. I'm not sure how long that's gonna last before maybe they think that somebody else should be. I'm not sure how long that's gonna last till they feel that role should be passed on to somebody else. But now, all those crowds, they were just going on a rampage, and I have to admit, I was kind of underestimating them because I was not expecting them to do that much damage. And I'm pretty sure that everybody that got that crowd power didn't even use it. So that right there like really surprised me that in a few numbers that they had, were able to bring down so many buildings and just cause so much chaos worldwide. But we all know Cass, he wasn't enjoying it. And even the Gatchaman, they wanted to do something, but of course Paiman, he was scared and he didn't know what to do. But I gotta say this, Paiman, he relies on JJ way too much. He's their leader, so he can make his own choices and they'll follow him. So if they want to go out there and attack the crowds, then they could do so. But of course they can't, because we all know that the crowds are a human conscious, becoming real. So they can't go out there killing them. So they now need a plan how to deal with them. But of course they have to stop the source of this, which is Cat. So then the Gatchaman, they put on their own little like podcast, I guess, and they actually answer a few questions. And Ryu comes on there, and he apologizes for everything that happened, because it is kind of his fault about what happened, and so he actually takes responsibility for that. And to me, that right there was a good thing. And I gotta say, Ryu has been getting a lot of character development, and I like that a lot. but I do want him to get his note back, and maybe even he can actually tap into the Gatchaman power. But after their little podcast, Kath was actually watching them, and we all know that he's nosy. And there's this I forgot who it was, but there was this one guy that the Neo Hunters are going after, and at the end, he is fine, but he had no idea about the Gatchaman stream. And so the people around him, to me, they look very shady. So I'm kind of worried that they might be Neo 100 members or Neo crowd members that are pretending to work with him. So maybe then he might actually like end up being killed. So that right there like really worries me, but I'm gonna wait to see what happens. And I am very curious to see if there'll be some way for us to see OD fight without us like losing everything. Because I'm so curious about this character, because they keep saying that he is so powerful that if he fights, everything will be destroyed. And I do want to know more about the history with him and Cass. Like maybe Cass is the one that destroyed the planet, and that's why he's on Earth. But there has to be some way that we can see him fight and not worry about Earth being destroyed. But then Sugani, he actually gets an idea, and so they go see JJ, and Sugani actually grew a pair, and he actually stood up for himself, for the Gatchaman, and the planet. So I am wondering if are they kind of you know walking away from JJ, like saying that they don't really need him anymore and they could do it on their own. Because to me, I kind of got that vibe, especially from what he said. So maybe now JJ will go away, but I don't think that he'll take that power, because they definitely need a chance, you know, to fight Cass and beat him. But this episode, it was very simple, but it had my attention all the way, so I was definitely, you know, into it. And I do kind of wish that we got a little more. I am wondering like what's going on with Joe, because I noticed when he fought Cass and lost, Cass had ripped out his note and tossed it. So I'm wondering, like maybe because the note belongs to Joe, it came back to him, or maybe he actually got it and he always had it, but when he pulled it out, he just looked so surprised. So I am wondering like what's going on. Did he leave the Gatchaman or what? I'm hoping that he goes back and join everybody again, because they have to be a team for this. But as always, guys, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And as always, you guys take it easy, and we'll see you all next time.